Pull the trigger. All right, and we are back to work again on the Onyx Off-Road build challenge, build that we're not gonna finish. Ha! Kidding, we're gonna finish it.
Sean's been stressing his mind out.
Sean's a doubter, okay? We finish every project we start around here.
Yep.
You keep getting Dippin' Dots and you just stop. Anyway, check this out. So I reached out to my friends over there at Wheel Pros. Well, I'm actually sponsored by KMC, which is owned by Wheel Pros. And I talked to my buddy John, and John had a set of fuel wheels, some 17 bead blocks. So he said, hey, I would love to send them to you because you're the best person I know, and we're best friends. And so thank you, John. Anyway, so we got some 17-inch fuel bead blocks, and they look pretty sweet. Hillbilly is gonna be mounting these up on some super, super old tires.
Hopefully they don't fall apart on you.
Hopefully they do, because then we'll have to put 42-inch BFG stickies on KMC 20s.
And I'm pretty sure tires will go against your budget.
No, they don't. Only $1,500. But when Ian Johnson decided to change the rules of this competition, we had already had the 17-inch wheels sent to us. And yes, they are sponsored. And yes, we have another set of wheels coming that are sponsored. And we only have to put $1,500 on our budget. Because a spare set of tires do not go against your budget, and neither do spare parts, or neither do spare axles. So we're gonna have 2 sets of wheels and tires for $1,500.
So does that mean that everything that we have spare, we could just put on it and be like, oh, it's just a spare?
Absolutely. See, now you're thinking. Yeah,
Doesn't cost anything.
yeah, just a spare.
Winches, spare.
No, we really do. We have 2 spare winches, and we're gonna show you those too. Those are from Warren Industries. And I found a used Badlands winch on Facebook Marketplace for $300. So I bought it, sitting over there on the ground, and I have the Marketplace ad to prove it, and I'll show you. So before you come at me, because we're gonna have $6,000 worth of Warren winches that will be installed for SEMA to fit our budget, we bought a used Badlands winch.
I feel like winches are safe.
Should we ask Ian to change the? Oh, that's a great idea.
You've reached Ian Johnson from the Big Tire Garage.
Even his voicemail is a TV show.
And I'll call you back as soon as I'm done welding my junk.
Take a peep.
Hey, Ian Johnson, it's your favorite competitor, Paul Cox. Just wanted to give you a call real quick and let you know that I've went ahead and changed the rules for the competition. So you know how safety stuff doesn't go against your budget? Well, winches are safety. So we're not adding $6,000 to our budget because it's safety. So hashtag see you later.
Safety life.
Safety life. All right, so anyway, Ian just changed the rules. And so winches aren't, they're safety. Love this game. Anyway, wheels and tires are safety too. That's why they put $1,500 on our budget. He already added it in. So here we are. We have a pile. We actually have 5, but we only have 4 tires.
So spare parts don't go against your budget.
Correct.
That motor was a spare part.
Correct.
So that don't go against the budget. We're set to 0.
Correct. Look at that. That deserves another one.
Had spare metal.
There you
0.
go. Spare aluminum. Spare bumper that Sean built.
Spare Sean.
Spare Demri. Look at us. Just helping us left and right. So Hillbilly's gonna work on getting these mounted up. We also have some spare front hubs that won't go against our budget either. So Hillbilly's gonna, that's a safety thing too. Bearings are safety. Anyway, Hillbilly's gonna get some tires mounted up. He's gonna get some front wheel bearing assemblies put on. We're gonna get some discs. We're gonna get some doodads, some dillies. And at some point we're gonna flat bottom this.
By the way, Hillbilly's fluff over there, hair, all that, his choice.
Yeah.
He has decided to grow a mullet.
He's working on a mullet.
So you take all that up with him, guys.
Yeah. The internet keeps saying, why can't you get Hillbilly a haircut and get his beard trimmed?
Because I want a mullet. Because my son asked me to grow a mullet with him, so I'm trying to grow a mullet.
You know
Let your
what's funny?
son
Hey,
grow a beard with you.
our sons have mullets, but I won't have a mullet. But he can have one.
My son's mullet is,
It is mullety. It is as hillbilly as it comes. My son
it's about the
has
middle
like,
of his back.
My son's got like a modern mullet.
My son's is 3 years old and his goes to the middle of his back.
Yeah. Lincoln's doesn't.
Okay, so I'm replacing the wheel hubs, the wheel bearing assembly, I should say, because these are old and we want new, fresh, and these ones are also hard to turn because they're locked up, or yeah, they're about to get locked up, feels like. And the ones that we're changing it to is the Ford the old Ford bolt pattern of the, because in 99 and a half, Ford went to the metric pattern. And the 17-inch rims we have for the tires are the Ford standard bolt pattern. So we need to convert the lug studs to the standard, which the new wheel bearings Robbie got are standard, the standard bolt pattern. So that's why we're changing them and not using the stock factory ones. Well, they are stock factory, just with an extra set of holes drilled in it for those rims. There's 4 bolts on the back of the bearing that hold it on. This one only has 2 because we've had to rob parts off of it to for the Onyx bus because 2 of them got lost. One thing I like to do is, before I install the new one, is I like to take a Scotch-Brite and polish up where the bearing seats in there, so that way you don't have to fight any kind of debris or rust or gunk or anything that has accumulated over the years. And now when you receive a new bearings assembly, it comes with new studs. And when you're putting it on, a new hub bearing on these 08 Super Duty axles, the ABS sensor always points up because there's a groove right there for the wire, so that way it's not on a hard kink when you put it bolted in right there. I'm going to put them on cross to each other because only having 2 bolts, normally when you have 4 you'll tighten this one, snug this one up, tighten that one so it sucks it in evenly. Since we only have 2 bolts, I'm going to put them across from each other to make sure it goes on evenly. And this ain't permanent because we will be taking the bearings assembly back off to do gears and axles, axle shafts and everything. So that one's done. Okay, I got the other side done. So now both the front axle is done with the wheel bearings. I mean, like I said, they'll be coming off again when we do build the axles, but they're both on for now. So now I'm gonna move on to wheels and tires, get those mounted up and aired up. The only part that I hate doing on bead locks is unwrapping every individual bolt and putting a washer on every individual bolt. Besides that, doing bead locks is cakewalk. So when you're doing tires, lube is your best friend. What I like to use for lube is just dish soap and water. Time to set the tire on. So I moved off the bucket to the ground to get that inner bead on because I felt like the bucket was going to smash or it was going to fall off. But now I can put it back on the bucket to get this upper bead set because the rim has to sit on the ground and the tire is sitting on the ground, so I'll be fighting myself. So it's easier to put it on the bucket and have the weight of the tire hold the bead on. Oh, crap.
Valve 10?
Yep. And re-lube it, get it set back in place, and tap it down. I'm ready to go home. My day's shot. Now we're ready for the lock ring. Okay, I finally got anti-seize on all the bolts, so now I want to evenly snug them down. Okay, they're all tight. Now I'll get the air chuck and the air hose and put some air in this bad boy. Okay, I'm working on the rear axle now. Got to pull this spindle piece off so that way Sean can take it onto his bench and then drill the new lug stud pattern. In order to do that, you got to take the axle shaft off. Behind this plate is bearings, keeper, block nut, and all that stuff. So these have a ratcheting lock nut. You have to push in. It's either you push in the outer or you pull out the inner. I can't remember, but you can't turn it like you need to because it ratchets. I heard Sean wanted one of these rear spindles, so I brought him one. Now I'm gonna get the other one pulled. Thanks.
All right, so Sean is super impressed with these pin cut drill bits that he's gonna try the bigger sizes in step. And the nice thing is it's got these big flutes, so he'll be able to go through and not hit the next size. I wanna see when he's ready to do them.
Yeah.
But is this your last one or?
This is my last hole on the last hole.
Last hole on the last one.
Holes.
32 holes in this drill bit?
And a brake rotor.
Doesn't even look like it's been used. And I can feel this drill is hot. Oh. That would have been smoke. Before Ken Cut decided to verbally abuse me on Instagram, I would have used a different brand and we would have burned it up. That drill bit is still good. So, I don't know if Sean showed you, but he's got to neck this down to 1/2 inch, got a bushing. And then he was able to use the transfer through punch to bang and make a more. So Sean's gonna get this finished up. I've actually got to go over to Snow College today because I'm gonna go give a lecture to a social media class on how not to be a social media entertainer. And Hillbilly's gonna be working on the frame, doing some stuff. When we get back, we'll see what he's up to. Now this is a barn 4-wheel drive jig. So I had my buddy Connor over there send me one. This is to where we can take a 8 on 170 and make it an 8 on 6.5, which is the wheel pattern we've got. Yeah, making it a multi-clip. Check this out. Sean's a smart human being. To center that, bada bing, bada boom. Okay, we're gonna try the stepper bits out. These stepper bits, all their bits are made in the USA. So hopefully they're good. I mean, I have high hopes. Holy crap. No heat, no nothing. I absolutely would have annihilated my other one. All right, I'm out of here. We'll be back in like an hour. All right, so we just got back from talking to my first ever college class. It was super cool. I'm very not put together. I can talk to a camera, but I cannot talk to a room full of kids. But I explained the best I could. I went off topic a lot. I couldn't bring my thoughts together, but you know what? So what? There was a lot of kids in there that were interested in what we do. And kid in the Green Bay hat, once my friend comes to my shop, I'm not gonna say his name, I'll invite you over so you can come meet him. Super cool dude. Anyway, thank you guys for asking questions. I hope you guys liked the few things that we showed you with me being there. But anyway, while I was gone, Hillbilly got the rotors on the front that Sean drilled. So we got the fronts just about ready to accept wheels and tires. So we're gonna bolt those on. The rear, he's got ripped apart. We're taking the e-brakes out of them. And we are drilling the rears to 8 on 6.5. We got the discs already drilled. We did that before I left. And he also got the upper control arms all reinstalled. Huh?
Upper and lower.
Oh, upper and lower. He got all 4. Yeah, but he didn't put the fronts in because I need to go through and weld them. So I'm gonna get to work on the front, getting all those brackets welded. We'll get the upper and lower control arms in the front done. And then once we get the rears drilled, we'll get them back on. We'll get the wheels and tires on, and we are gonna flat bottom this big bottomed girl. Oh, there's Sean. Look, 64 holes later, he's just loving work today.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get the rear ORIs in. So we'll start with putting a bolt through the top. And make sure that's lined up, just like that.
All right, I've got everything welded. I've got 2 more little inner brackets I'm gonna hurry and weld in so that this can be cooling. Then Hillbilly can put these front links in and we will be ready to raise this sucker up and start figuring out the bottom. I am really excited for that. This is gonna be so cool with a full aluminum sheet on the bottom.
So I asked probably what these 2 bolts were for, and he says nothing, take them out, we can weld the holes in because it's what held this plate on while they welded it.
Oops. I messed up. We're gonna cut these out 19 and 30 seconds. We can push these studs into new holes. Studs aren't bad.
I can't even get it. It was so close to that hole.
What's wrong? Go.
Well, I know, but they're the same. This is not a Ken cut. This is an S&D. I just want to point that out. Well, now you got to get that out. Well, we tried to support local and we broke the drill bit. I don't know where that came from, but it isn't a Ken cut. So I reached out to my buddies, Ken Cut Drill Bits, and they are shipping us the correct one. We'll have it in a couple days. So that kind of ruins our getting the back wheels on for this video, but that's fine. We have plenty of stuff to do. We're gonna work on getting the flat belly done. We'll put the front wheels and tires on it, at least see how that looks, but we're not doing that till the morning. So it is tomorrow. So this had some pop-up ears on it. We don't need them. So I'm gonna, well, that won't, it's got a weld. So I'm gonna have to grind that down flat. And we're gonna put some passes on here and get this all smoothed in. See right here? This had some unneeded ears sticking up. So we're gonna clean this frame up. All right, so Sean's got his template all figured out. We got 60 inches overall. We've got our 3/16 6061 plate on the plasma. I'm gonna draw this up, we're gonna cut it out, and we're flat bellying this pig. That looks so good from here, look at that. Do you guys like it? Yeah. Does the boss like it?
Yep.
You learning to weld today?
I don't know. Maybe.
The answer is yes.
Yes.
So this is a kick-in because we're gonna do another belly pan that goes underneath the engine and transmission. All right, I'm gonna get this programmed up on my computer and we'll get it cut out. I wanna get a goose. I saw Andy Frisella. No, those weren't geese. He was watering his princesses and there were 3. I think they were geese. Or ducks. Geese?
You sure they're not swans?
They might be swans. Colton was talking about possibly letting Bombi get adopted by somebody and getting a chicken. And I think we should get a gaggle of geese.
Haley will love you forever.
Oh, we need a gaggle of geeses.
I do not want a chicken.
Just one chicken roam in the shop.
Yeah, fresh eggs everywhere. Sean!
Sean! Oh, Sean! Sean!
All right, so I've got this all programmed. We're gonna cut it.
It's just not doing anything.
We had a blowout. Look at that. See how it's supposed to be? And then I need you to reset the plasma once I get this on. Sean, I think your measurements were a little bit different. It doesn't match the pattern, but Sean said that's by design. And for the internet haters, this was $140 worth of aluminum, that whole sheet. So this is 32.3% of that sheet, so it's like a $65 skid plate. Put it on the budget. All right, Hillbilly, go figure out how to press these in. I'll get you another one. This is so dull.
Doling up on us.
Oh, come on, 4 more holes.
Come on.
Come on, crappy bit. One more. This bit is absolutely ruined. We tried to be nice to these drill bits yesterday, and as you can see in the video, you can't be nice to them. Come on. 3 and 9! Sorry, it was really dramatic, but you know what? We're done. That was $1.50 per hole. So we'll let Hillbilly get the new studs put in. We got wheel bearings to put in, and he can get these on, and we're gonna get the rear tires and actually see what this bad boy looks like. All right, so Sean let me in on a little secret. We've already got these programmed up. We're just gonna cut out some more.
4 of them?
4 of them. All right, we got our gusset. Let's go clean these up. Look at that. When you have it programmed correctly with the right tip, there's almost no slag. So I made a mistake on my plasma. I don't want to talk to you guys about it. So I had it programmed up for an 85 amp tip, and I had my machine set at 65 amps. So I was getting a lot of slag and just crap. But when you set things correctly and you're not an idiot like me, come out really, really nice. So cleanup is gonna be a breeze. All right, the cleanup was super, super simple now that cut them accurately and correctly, and man, it was so much nicer. Okay, let's go test these. We'll get them fit. I think I have to cut a little bit off the bottom, but it's no big deal. I'm gonna take like 1/4 of an inch off the back, but I think if we just notch that, the fronts will work. That'll work. Now with my round one. All right, so what I'm doing, there's a press brake mark on this strut tower that I'm gonna follow, but we're gonna angle out to this corner. Now the reason for that is this other side has AC line and it also has the radiator hose. So if I go straight out, I'm gonna hit them. So if I angle them, it'll have clearance. So don't come at me for them being angled. The backs are gonna be straight. Backs are gonna come straight off, right down the center of the frame. Right, this one I'm gonna take the 1/2 inch off. Let's go tape it out and cut it. All right, we're gonna take 1/2 inch off of both. I'm gonna use some 1/2 inch tape. Now, they're both perfectly 1/2 inch short. Perfection. All right, so we've got all 4 braces where we want them, trimmed up, fit. We're gonna weld those as soon as we get back from lunch because we're hungry, we're getting hangry. The boss is out in the sun because it's cold in here and we like it that way. But anyway, we're gonna run a lunch. We'll be right back. Slide her out of there. All right, we are back from lunch. Gonna get these lined up and weld them. Trim. Trim. I don't know who out there does that every single time, but there was a comment. Somebody let me know that I'm supposed to trim my wire every single time I go to weld. So, I don't know, maybe that's not a real thing, but you guys let me know. Do you do that? Do you trim your wire every single time you start and stop? That seems like you'd need a helper the whole time. All right, this one's all welded. I'm gonna weld the front one, and then we are going to be teaching this little lady how to weld. Probably can't weld. All right, so this one's gonna be a little bit hard. We gotta line it up, and then we gotta kick it out. And it appears as if I will not be able to weld the inside because I have all these hoses. So we'll weld the inside once we get the motor and stuff out. So I'm gonna hurry and just weld these up, and we'll move right along. Would you go ahead and snip me? Thanks. Thanks. All right, we'll tack both of these in, weld them out. All right, we'll weld these out. Oh, here. Thank you. All right, so we're putting a cross member in. This is gonna be what the winch kind of mounts to. We're putting the winch upside down. We'll show you that later. But we wanted to put the fuel tank in, so we knew where to do it. On our last video, we called Ian Johnson and we let him know that winches are for safety. So we're putting our Warren Industries VR Evo 12S front and rear. We're tucking a rear winch up underneath, and you're not gonna see it because it's gonna be under our skid plate, but we'll have a fair lead and it's gonna work. We will have to do an access from underneath though.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll have a hole where we can plug. We'll have to do something. We'll figure it out. So we really like when a plan comes together almost perfect. So me and Sean were talking about putting some brackets and doing some straps for the fuel tank. Well, now we got these mounts. We'll just cut them off, weld them here, bolt it, done.
Done.
All right, so I got the front all welded. Now we're gonna put this winch in place and figure out where we want to put it. Look at how nice winches. So we're trying to figure out how we want to mount this winch.
So while they're figuring that out, Robbie said I can go ahead and get all the wiring off the motor. So I've just been going through, undoing the injector wires. Then I'll go through and undo all the coils. And yeah, you got this much so far, just dangling here. I'll go through and he wants me to pull the wiring off the transmission. So that plug there, then you got it mounted there and going that way. So yeah, I'm gonna work on all this wiring. All right, just like that, got all the wiring off. Let me show you guys. Look at that wiring harness. So that way, Robbie can get in there now, weld the backside.
All right, so we are making some fuel system delivery decisions. We have 2 options. We can run a Holley style filter with a Holley pressure regulator that also has a return, because on an LS system, you have to have a fuel return. So we got this Holley 12-886, and we've got an in and a return. So a return could come off. We can mount this on the inside of the frame rail, or we could make it simple on a Corvette style, internally regulated fuel filter. check this out. No,
Plus I can buy it at the store.
You haven't even seen my whole spiel. I have a PowerPoint presentation for this.
Okay.
What do you think? And then I can order, they're like 30 bucks, but I can get one with Dash 6 already installed. And then I don't have to put the push style. Because I can put a push style adapter in here.
Right.
Which these are factory style. Let me just show you, because this is a factory filter for a Corvette. So on a Corvette, it has the push style quick release fuel fittings. So it has that. So then I have these adapters that are O-ring that go on it. And then this is the keeper. So anyway, what I can do is order me up an aftermarket filter that's like 30 bucks, which will be budget friendly. Oh, safety. Gotta have a fuel filter. $0. Yes. Anyway, I think that would work perfect. Right. And look, we can even twist it, but I think having it flat would be perfect. It'll fit literally as if it were meant to be. And then what we can do, have some short hoses to here to go flat. Do stainless lines.
Yep.
Go up and over that cross member. Over. We'll just have two.
Yep.
All right, we've got the cardboard template. I'm gonna get it all in the program like normal. We're gonna cut it out of this 3/16 that Hillbilly just went and got in Manti. And then Demri is gonna learn how to weld today. All right, we got it all programmed up. We're gonna let the plasma table do its thing, get it all cut. Then we will take it over and start fitting it up. It's 5 o'clock, so Demri had to go. But she's gonna weld in the morning, but we'll get it all kind of mocked up and in place, and then we're gonna teach her how to weld. She's gonna like it. So we sent Hillbilly for some more 3/16. Had him get 2 foot by 4 foot. Literally took it all. This will be easier. Let's go. Sean's gonna be so happy. Oh, there you are. I brought you some pieces for you to grind. Yeah. I do want to point out something, you guys. This fuel tank, let me go show you the rest of the stuff. I found it at a yard sale for 500 bucks. Okay, and that we will put on the budget. But we got a fuel tank, we got a fuel sending unit, and we got a Holley Performance Terminator system to run the EFI. Let's go take a look. Hell hath no fury like a scorned wife that sells all your parts. So I got the whole kit. Some guy was gonna do EFI on his beloved vehicle. Well, he done pissed his wife off, so she sold me the whole kit. 500 bucks. We got the fuel sender unit. This is an in-tank drop-in. It's got the return and the feed. That's gonna be nice. And then look, it's even for a 5.3 LS with a 4L65 transmission. That's exactly what we need. So, I don't know her name, but at least we're gonna use good stuff. We're gonna be using Holley Terminator wiring. And we'll get this thing to run, and then we'll take it up to our favorite electrician, Chad's Fab, and have him dial it all in. Also, something cool came today, and I want to show you guys. Our friends over at Milwaukee hooked us up. So remember when I went to Pipeline a couple months ago? Well, all the latest and greatest stuff that's coming out, well, they're sending it to us. And I want to show you this. So what we have here is the brand new 8.0 forged batteries. Oh my heck, we got a 12.0 and an 8.0. I thought we were getting 2 8.0s. It's a 12 and an 8. Look at that, you guys. Plus, they sent me their brand new hydraulic, battery powered hydraulic unit. So this is a single action 60-inch 10,000 PSI hydraulic pump, and it's brushless. So I'm gonna show you guys this tomorrow. I've got a porta power we're gonna hook that thing into, but check this out. This is the next breakthrough in M18 fuel battery systems. The 8.0 Forge and the 12.0 Forge, they're freaking awesome. I don't even know what to say other than I just want to look at them. But it's kind of cool because they've got high-speed cooling on their new charger. Look at this, it's got cooling vents. So air actually goes down through and you do a cool cycle on your batteries. I mean, we'll get these hooked up and show you guys later, but anyway, thank you, Milwaukee. They always send the coolest stuff. I'm excited for this because we've got our pipe bender, we've got my hydraulic porta power, and this is gonna make it super, super awesome. Look at that. It must be semi-square, and our winch is gonna mount upside down to this. All right, I'm just gonna tack everything up so we can put the back plate on. We're not fully welding it because that is the boss's job tomorrow. All right, Lincoln's here, so that means it's 5 something. So we're gonna take off, huh? it's our day to take Adley to dance. So we're gonna run her to dance. And Sean and Colton are gonna put a few more plates on this, and then we'll be back in the morning. Say, see you in the morning, suckers. That's a winch. Do you want that winch?
No.
You don't want it?
Daddy.
Hot. Okay. All right, we're out.
All right, so what me and Sean are doing, he's cleaning the plates, he's coming in, he's clamping them down, and then I'm going through and just tacking them on. So we went ahead and tacked this one on here. We got that one tacked on. We got this end one tacked on. So now I believe what we'll do is tack the inside here, there, and then underneath, right here. We got to build, box it in there, box it in here. So we're working on. Okay, so me and Sean got everything tacked in place. Like I said, he went and ground them down. He had to cut a little bit on that one, make it fit, and I just went through and tacked everything. So it should be ready for Demri tomorrow. I think she's gonna do awesome. Holes drilled for the winch, where we're gonna bolt it up.
All right, I got back from dance, but I've got only a few more minutes. I'm gonna hurry and weld. I'm gonna weld all these holes in, so in the morning, Sean can grind them, and then we'll be back in the morning to do a lot more work. All right, so I wanted to make sure and give Sean something to do in the morning because you know he doesn't have enough stuff. So I welded all the holes up. He'll grind them, smooth them, get them all right where they need to be. So I'm going home for the night. It is tomorrow.
Okay, now I'm working on getting the front links installed. So that way we're one step closer to being complete on the suspension. And then Sean can build a good plate for the bottom. Okay, we're running into a little bit of a problem. When Robbie welded the bracket, it kind of sucked it in just to slide us a little bit, like a hair. So now it's extremely tight, we can't get it to go, so I'm gonna grind just a little bit off. It's in. Now I just gotta get this bolt through.
All right, it is the next day. Hillbilly's already gotten the links in. I think you guys saw that. We are figuring out what to do. So Hillbilly is gonna put some 1x across the back, just weld it to hold, because you're cutting this cross member out.
Okay.
You need to get this cross member out, but then you're gonna have to trim this back to about here, because we're gonna take this, flatten it, we're gonna fix this rail at the back. And then we're gonna mount the fuel tank, not you, but we're gonna figure out where to put it, and then figure out a cross member, then we'll have you put a cross member in. Sean's gonna be working on the flat belly cardboard templates. I'm gonna be cutting them. We've gotta do a U-notch for our drive shaft because it's gonna hit. I'm gonna cut out some bracings on the plasma table for the front strut mounts. What else? Oh, you can bolt the front tires on so we can see how cool it looks. I'm gonna try to break another drill bit from a local company. And if I don't break it, we'll be putting the rear tires on. Otherwise, we're waiting for our good drill bits. So we got a lot of stuff to do today on the Onyx Off-Road Build Challenge build. And lucky for me, I broke Paul's arm, so I think we have a shot at winning now. So if you guys agree that I broke his arm on purpose, go and vote for him. See, then I can just say, oh, you only won because we sent people. Just kidding. All right, got a lot to do.
I'm gonna hurry and grind this bolt out because it's for the back body mount, so it has to be removed no matter what. But I'm removing it right now so that way I can put the piece of brace chunk of metal thing that we're putting here to remove, so I can remove this cross member. And that is what's getting welded on right there. Now, we'll grab one of Sean's straight edges, put it here, and flush here, draw a line to know exactly where I need to cut. Okay, so I got the back part of the frame done. Now I just gotta wait for Robbie so we can do the gas tank, and then I can start mounting, or start putting the cross members in for the gas tank. But he's in the office currently, so I'm gonna get the front tires bolted on. Dunzo.
You're pressing it with this?
Yep.
Ooh.
Make life a little easier.
It's not even wide enough. So we have a bearing for this. We're just gonna have to suck them in. We were gonna try to press them in. Not gonna work. Not today. Just, hey.
Cause that'll be wide enough.
I mean, you can try it if you want, but I don't know if it's gonna work or not, but we're gonna try. We're not giving up.
Are you gonna break it?
Most likely. What we like to do around here. We like to break things, like Paul Cox is on.
Oh my gosh.
The internet thinks I did that on purpose.
I don't understand.
I don't either.
Did you?
No, how could I? And I didn't know he broke his arm 8 times. The internet told me that too.
He did not make Paul get in that truck, and he did not make Paul drive that truck.
I just instigated it.
He might have said, hey, I have a truck for you to drive.
I did not.
You can
say,
drive
"Hey,
it."
Paul, I want you to break your arm.
Hey, Paul.
Get in my truck so that you can break your arm.
You know, I feel like if someone breaks someone else's arm, they like physically do it.
Yeah, and if you're careful.
You're gonna break
Yeah.
the other arm. The real question is, why isn't anyone blaming the person that hit Paul for breaking his arm?
Yeah, exactly. That was rude of them. Didn't they know that he had an Onyx off-road build challenge going on? All right, we managed to do it. Hecka yeah. We've done some real sketchy stuff in our lives. That wasn't too sketchy.
I don't think that tops it.
Yeah, but it's done. All 16 new wheel studs pressed in. So we have 8 on 6.5 axles now.
Let me see it. Let me see it.
Show it.
Other side.
Show it.
Okay, so Robbie said before I put the rear hubs back on to hurry and take all this bracketry off, so that way we can get it all painted and looking fresh. Ratcheting lock. Put these just back on there so we don't lose them. I'll wipe my hands off and go grab one of the tires. Now on to the other side. This way's working a little bit better than the other way did. All 4 tires are expertly installed. Okay, so Sean is out there building new brackets to weld onto the tank because the brackets that are on there are on the bottom and the tank is mounting below all the supports, so we have to add new brackets to weld onto it to bolt it to the supports.
Otherwise, they wouldn't have no gas in it.
Sean knows what's wrong with it. Ain't got no gas in it. So while Sean's out there doing the gas tank, I'm going to be grinding all these plug welds where all these little holes were and stuff in the frame that Robbie welded up last night and making the frame look like the rest of it. Flat, smooth, and clean. That's what it looks like right now. Spot welded everywhere. Okay, so I got rid of all the deep welds, so it's all flat and flush. Now I'm going to take the red Scotch Brite and get rid of those deep scratches.
And tack it right on there.
Just right there?
Yeah.
The 2-inch band.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll probably run onto here. We'll measure how long, but just bring it straight out from that edge.
Okay, I got the 2-inch band, cut it 24 inches, marked center on it, and center on the where I'm mounting it, which is right there, and it's gonna sit just like that. I got the 2-inch flash strap tacked in place, so now we can set the tank in place and see what it's gonna look like and not have to hold it.
All right, it is the next day. I'm gonna weld this up. Sean has been building a gas tank mount, and I'm gonna weld it up, and then we're gonna teach Demri how to weld on the top. You ready for this?
No.
Come on, you gotta take this seriously. Oh yeah! They're watching.
No.
Getting her excited. Got her all dressed up for success. It's her first day. Well, that was a little dramatic. Anyway, we got Demri all suited up and safetied up.
Oh, shoot.
What?
I had to put my earplugs in.
I got him. It's because she doesn't like the sound of my voice. Let me help you. We're gonna teach her how to weld.
Maybe we shouldn't have earplugs in if you're teaching her how to weld so she can hear you better.
Well, no, she'll just have to watch because we already know she listens so well.
Oh.
All right, kids, wonderful wife. School is now in session. So what we're gonna do, let me show you with a marker.
I know.
No, I need a marker. Gotta get a
I
marker.
know what you gotta do.
What?
Like that.
Yes, but get a marker. I'm gonna show you. All right. Oh, the cameraman, Hillbilly. Hillbilly's our cameraman today because Colton decided to take the day off. So this is a piece of metal. This is a piece of metal. And we're gonna weld these together. So what you're gonna do...
This looks a lot easier than it's gonna be.
Yeah, I know, but what you're gonna do is you're gonna go... and it's gonna get real orange and hot. And you're gonna, and then you're gonna go, and then you're gonna, and then you're gonna pull back down, and then you're gonna go over, and then you're gonna go back up, and you're gonna go down.
Hey, Robbie.
Hold on, we're stacking dimes. Can't stop till the whole bead is done. This is also part of welding. You've got to bear through the pain, okay? When it burns, just remember, beauty is pain. Pain is beauty. Look at that. See that perfect weld? Just oh, we're coming to the end. Let's finish it out. Did you like that? Oh, look at those dimes. They are stacked.
With it being her first time, wouldn't it be easier to just do half moons?
No, we're teaching her how to do it proper. We're gonna get this all cleaned up for her. I'm gonna be her welper, the welding helper. Now here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do one weld. You're gonna watch with your beautiful eyes, and then I'm gonna help you do one.
Okay.
And then you're gonna do it yourself.
Okay.
You look really good as a working woman.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, ready?
Okay, ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Just like the marker. See? Easy. Easy peasy. What'd you think of your first weld? Did you love it?
I love it.
Okay. Put your hands over here.
Okay.
Oh, pull the trigger. Okay, let off. That's for the internet. Can you see where you're at?
Yeah,
Okay.
barely.
I want you to pull the trigger.
Okay. Wait,
Okay,
hold
pull it.
on. Hold on.
I'm not holding on. Pull it. Let off. And now keep in mind, Sean is an amazing grinder. So if you are a crappy welder, it doesn't matter.
I think Hillbilly's a good grinder too.
Oh yeah, Hillbilly. I gave work to Sean and you came in and stole it this morning? How dare you? Well, Sean has nothing to do the rest of the day now.
He was busy when I done it, so I just done it.
That's a huge gap, so you're not advanced enough to do that yet.
That was a tight gap.
Wait,
So we're gonna go over here and do this.
why are you downing my ability already?
Well, I'm not. You just need some more. You need some more welding under your belt. So you
Wait.
want to get straight on.
Wait, no, but
Come
we're
right
doing
here.
it right
Come back here. Oh, you want to do that one?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys, if she does great, drop a comment. If she does terrible, drop a comment. Let her know that you guys like watching her weld. Because that'll alleviate me from welding everything. Okay, hit it.
I'm
It's all you.
scared.
No, don't be scared. Just do it.
Wait, I don't know how.
You're fine. Go. Pull the trigger. Keep the trigger pulled. There you go. Perfect. Keep going. Perfect. Keep going. Why are you giggling? Keep going. We'll get to a point where you can see. That is perfect. It looks like Adley. Wow. It looks like Adley trying to write her name. That was amazing.
Okay, but that's way better than my first time because it was
Yeah, I
like
know. Because you have
all
a
the
great,
way
you
up
have a great
here.
teacher. Okay. Now come right here and do this one.
Okay, but I need you out of my way because I can't see. You just
one?
watch, like watch right here, no, right here, and I'll try.
Okay. Good luck.
Okay, thanks.
Get the tip in further.
I burned it.
Yeah, I know, because you're not moving fast enough. So see how far out you are?
Yeah.
You've got to be like a quarter of an inch away.
Oh, I'm so
So
far.
stop. Let it cool down a little bit. So when you have a huge gap like that, if you don't stop, it'll heat up and it'll melt through. So just stop a little bit. Now go again. Don't stop. All right, she is mastering her craft. What do you think? I think welds are looking good. Now do the other side.
I can do this. Well, not that one.
Why? Don't be scared of it. You just got to conquer your fear.
Huge.
Yeah, I know.
How do I do it? I don't know.
Hit it.
You told. Wait.
Just like you just did.
What? But what do I do? Like you said, I have to do bigger, slower.
Just watch. Your puddle has to come to this side, to that side, to this side, to that side. You gotta move though.
Hard.
It's perfect. It's literally perfect.
Ooh, look at that. That looks good.
How do you, like this?
Mm-hmm.
Whoa!
You have to be close.
What about the...
You need to get stable. So get on your, sit on this.
Oh,
But you're more prone to burning yourself when you're sitting. But the problem is you're gonna do this. You want to get stable and your lead needs to be straight.
over.
You get your first burn?
Yeah.
You took it like a big girl. That's perfect. Other than, no, it is. It really is. Look at that. That's perfect. Other than right here, you started going to that side. So just watch. All right, we're gonna let her keep welding the back side on the top. We'll show you guys after, once she becomes a true professional.
Donezo. Well, with this side.
A little bit of work on your start and stops, and that'll be perfect.
It's hard.
Yeah. It's taken me 21 years. 21 years, and in one day you can put me out of a job.
No.
That's rude. This has got to be the coolest thing I've ever seen. If you're gonna get that all welded for us, I don't even know what to do anymore. I'm out of a job. But we're gonna have to get her some welding gear. Gonna have to get her a pink helmet. We're gonna have to get her all the stuff that she feels comfortable enough to weld for us. But anyway, since she gets that all done, we're moving on to the belly pan. This frame is really starting to take shape, and I'm super pumped to get this thing out on the trail for SEMA. Well, get this out on the trail and then go to SEMA with it. It's gonna be super awesome.
He doesn't like my corner welds, so he's fixing them.
All right, Demri came in clutch for us. Got everything welded up on the top side. We're gonna hurry and mount. I always say hurry. All right, we are going to mount the winch and show you guys how we do that. Let's do that. We'll put the winch on and then we will raise this sucker up. Look at this. You got our modified divorce cell, yard cell tank all ready. We got a baffle in it, so don't piss your wife's off, or they'll sell all your race car parts. Anyway, Sean put a baffle down in here, as you can see. So when we're on weird angles, that will stay full of gas. Anyway, he built these super cool mounts, front and back, got them welded. They're gonna bolt up in the bottom. This thing is just absolutely becoming a beast. If anybody hits the back of this, they're gonna regret it. We're gonna put our square nuts in, and then Hillbilly is gonna manhandle this bad boy underneath. We'll get the bolts in it, get it tightened up. This is gonna dangle because we've got to relocate it. We're just gonna let it hang while we install it. Then we'll figure out where to mount it.
Careful. Just got welded.
Oh. All right.
So now what?
It's the wrong bolt pattern. We gotta do some fixing.
Well, it's strapped. You can't. The eyelet,
Yeah,
it's on the front side.
the disengage needs to be on the driver's side.
It's okay.
Okay, well, these winch installation 5 seconds to do it is not still 5 seconds anymore. I feel like my knee just gave out.
12 seconds later.
Burning's going away.
Are you gonna be able to walk?
I don't know. I fell where I'm at.
So if I'm Stitted Billy, then you're Leia Robbie.
I didn't even mean to. I was walking and my knee gave out.
You're
Now
being
I'm
a
getting
Leia Robbie.
made fun of. Taking a break from the Onyx build. We're putting our porta power together with our new Milwaukee pump. Now, this is our 10-ton porta power. Anyway, we're converting our porta power hose to 3/8 NPT from 1/4 inch NPT to put it onto the new Milwaukee 10,000 pound battery operated hydraulic pump. It's a single action 10,000 PSI, so that would be 5 tons. It's still quite a bit for a battery powered pump. That hand pump over there is 10 ton, and we max that baby out all the time. All right, so check this out. It's exactly what we wanted. And it's not. Look at how quiet that is. Just pump it all the way out. All right, we are back from lunch. So Sean's gonna raise the build up, and we're gonna get the lower skid plate put on. Getting it off of jack stands, so once we get the belly pan on, we'll be able to set it down on all 4 tires and really get a grip of what it's gonna look like. What we're gonna do is use these cool little tools and hold it up in place while we drill some holes and tap them. It's the first time we've been under it since we built it, and it looks pretty dang cool. All right, so we've got this basically where we want it. We're gonna start drilling some holes and get this sucker mounted. All right, we got the 2 rear bolts countersunken in. We're gonna do 2 more up here, and we're gonna have the skid plate done. It's not gonna be fully bolted, That's all you guys got to watch. We don't need to put in 25 bolts and have you watch all 25 like normal. So you'll get to see 4. One skid plate,
Halfway.
expertly halfway installed. All right, we are making tons of progress on the Onyx Off-Road Build Challenge build. We might meet our deadline. We're down to like 7 weeks before we gotta be in Arizona, and then after that week, we gotta be at SEMA. So we hope to see you guys there, see you out on the trails, who knows, but anyway, as always, we appreciate you. If you enjoyed this video, go check out this one.